All right. We are live. This is Sound Booth Theater Live. And this is our last Christmas special for 2022. Thank you so much for everybody who's here. And then we also have the cinema portion for today. So that'll be right after I do the Pirates of Fantasia. But the cinema thing is we all three of us watched Krampus over the past 2 weeks. I watched it over the past weekend.
I rewatched it and found out some new things that I'm really curious to talk with you guys about. For your
second viewing, you'll have more insight. You'll be
I also did some digging. Found out some stuff that I didn't realize the first time.
All right, that's going to be a fun portion. So let's go to the cinema. All right.
Okay.
Krampus. And by the way, Kringle Down 3 is called Krampus.
That's why we're talking about Krampus.
That's one of the main reasons we're reviewing this movie. This came out in 2015?
Yes.
And who are the I don't remember any of the actors.
Toni Collette.
Toni Collette. Right.
I love her.
Yeah.
I've loved her ever since I saw her in The Sixth Sense. Yeah, she's such a good actor. And the other people, was the guy who played her husband, was that Adam Scott?
Adam Scott.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I recognize his face, but I don't know.
And then that guy, I can't say his last name for some reason, but the bald guy from...
the brother-in-law?
Oh, right,
Yes.
right. Yeah, I could never remember his name, but
I know his face.
He plays the exact same dude in every single movie.
Yeah, he's that guy. He's that guy.
Yeah, 100%.
I like
but
the
he's always,
ant.
I mean, he's always fun. He's always fun to watch.
Yeah, he was interesting. So, I would like to know... Well, I don't know how you want to do this. Do you want to start off talking about what you thought about it? But I'm really curious.
No, you go for it. Why don't you?
Yeah. And do we have a director name? Like director, writer,
gosh.
Oh, we will. Hang on.
I was looking it up. I was watching some
we'll talk
some
about
stuff.
it.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but so the very first time I ever saw this was I went to go see it on the big screen. I think it was either earlier this year or last year. Cinemark had brought it back. It was like one of those, every month they do a mystery movie and they just tell you how long it is and they tell you the genre and you pay $5 and you don't know what it's going to be, but they leave hints on their Facebook page. So by the time I went, people had accurately guessed what it was based on the clues. So I knew that's what it was going to be. And so I was like, okay, this is cool because I've never seen it. And I watched it and I came away with like my interpretation of the ending was the same as what I think almost everybody else thought.
Okay,
wait
a minute. So already we're just gonna go into spoiler territory.
Yes, spoilers for sure.
Oh my god! Justin Roiland was in this.
Yeah, apparently he was clumpy.
That
was lumpy.
He was just a voice.
That was unexpected.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, here's David Koechner. That's his name. That's the guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Well.
Spoilers.
Like
Spoilers. All right, go ahead.
So to me, some of the best parts were just the dysfunctional family.
Mm-hmm.
You mean the first half, right?
The first half, yeah.
Yeah. I've been having a first half kick now where like I realized I only like the first half of a lot of stuff, so I'm just kind of leaning into that and like just watching the first half of things. And, like,
well, because it just encapsulated so many dysfunctional families that are forced to get together during the holidays, sort of, and how you just kind of put up with each other, but you just can't stand each other for the most part. I mean, I didn't really have that experience a ton in my own family, but I certainly can identify a little bit.
Yeah.
But when I saw it, I thought that it had a bad ending for the family. What did you think?
What do you mean a bad end? Like
they're trapped in the snow globe. No, that they're trapped in hell in the snow globe forever.
Yes,
that
was
not
clear.
Dead or not free.
either dead
Yeah, they
and
were-
living this afterlife, or just trapped, not free. That's what I thought.
I think it was clear. I think it was clear they were trapped.
Yeah, it seems
And
clear,
they were
doesn't
gonna
it?
Be,
Oh,
they
yeah,
were gonna
yeah,
be
no, it was
living
totally
this
clear, yeah.
Christmas for the rest of their lives.
See, that's what I thought, and that's
the-
what almost everybody thinks. However, what would you think if I told you it was actually a happy ending for the family? You would say, "No way."
No way. How?
Okay.
In what way?
But it was, because here's where it gets interesting. This is stuff I found out after I started rewatching it, and I was shocked. So it is a happy ending for the family. And it's because of a graphic novel that was written by the director and some other people that tells little sort of trick or treat type, anthology sort of stories in this graphic novel. And basically, they didn't get trapped. They're not dead. He's just observing them to make sure they behave themselves.
Oh.
Oh,
Right?
I would have never.
Not as good.
I don't think so. The director himself will not tell you what the actual ending is supposed to be, but his work in the graphic novel tells you what the actual ending is. They got a second chance. The reason they're looking all funky at each other, like, what, is because like they have this memory of this bad thing happening, but it's kind of like a deja vu, I guess, where you just like know something has gone on, but you can't put your finger on it.
Yeah. So that's the happy ending, right?
That's the happy. And now, if you refuse to believe what you know about the graphic novel, you would say, no, it's definitely a bad ending. They're trapped in the underground. But that is apparently not the case, according to the graphic novel, which was worked on by the director himself.
Okay. Well, I am going to just ignore that.
Okay, Jeff wants
I
to
just want
to refuse.
I just want to believe that they are trapped in this hell of a holiday forever.
See, I don't.
I think that's way more fun.
That's the only convincing ending.
Oh no, I like happy endings. This is the thing about horror. So I love horror, but the problem is with horror, almost the majority of the time, it's a bad ending for the protagonist.
Yeah.
The baddie almost always wins. I don't like that. I sometimes it feels appropriate, but many times it's like, I want them to be able to defeat this thing to win in the end. And he won because, so the reason why Krampus did take his grandmother's family in the town is because his grandmother never fought back or stood up to him. This kid, in the end, he did. He stood up to him. He took his wish back. He threw the thing back at him. And so, therefore, he and his whole family gets the second chance.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I know the exact moment the movie lost me.
Okay.
It had me. And it's funny because when I talked to Jeff that day, I was like, oh, I like it. It's good. I'm halfway. And
you were just halfway.
It was building up nicely and coming together. And then all of a sudden, those puppets. It was the puppets.
Yep,
they took me
the fucking
right
cookie.
out.
The big huge
out.
The gingerbread cookie the big huge puppet.
Initially, I think it was the thing in the attic.
This thing?
No, not this.
Box?
Yeah,
this
I guess it's technically that thing, right?
Yeah, but
there.
this thing, I didn't even, I hadn't.
There was like a thing with angel wings and a mask, and they were like, they were just it was so like, what's happening? And then it just kind of, I feel like at that moment it just fell apart for me.
Yeah, the cookie, the cookie that came down the chimney.
When the kid ate the cookie.
Oh, when the kid actually, that's a good point.
No, I was like, not even then. It was as soon as the cookie came down the chimney. Is when I was like,
before the
this.
kid even before the kid even got the cookie.
Yeah, I was definitely buying it more up to that point. I like the fact that he was kind of like jumping house to house. It kind of felt a little superhero-y in a good way. Like I was like, oh, they're gonna explore his like strengths and weaknesses, or like, it's gonna be like a fight to the finish, and German mom knows like secrets on how to fight him or something.
Oh yeah,
but it was none of that. It
was more about the battle with the creatures, with the elves. Then here come the elves.
and they were just all
and the elves,
and everybody was like, but it was like that kind of thing where like, I don't know, they just looked too much like puppets for me.
It was too. Like I wanted I just wanted Krampus. I wanted
Yeah,
a
we didn't get
slasher
enough
film with
Krampus.
Krampus,
Yep.
and I didn't want all the stupid toys.
Yeah, that's what took me. Yeah, honest, if it was just Krampus, I feel like I would have been.
Yeah,
Cool with
I
it.
wasn't crazy about the toys either.
I thought that the character design for Krampus was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting like a goat face, but it was like a fucking The Ring, you know.
Yeah,
It was
mouth
like the
agape.
ring face
Yeah.
Santa, you know.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that was really nice. I thought that was incredibly creepy. I just wanted more Krampus, and we got puppets, and not even puppets. It wasn't even cool enough to be puppets. It was CG.
It was. Those things weren't puppets. Well,
Yeah.
I think
cookies.
some of them
cookies
were practical.
Were CG. For sure, they had to be, right?
Some
Like
of, yeah,
the
some of the
gingerbread
dolls.
man.
It reminded me of Gingy from Shrek.
Yeah,
Immediately.
some of the like the doll, like you said, with the angel wings and stuff that was
Yeah.
like on the guy, but
But
it was one of those cheap tricks where
Yeah.
you hold on to the puppet,
Yeah, exactly.
you hold on to the doll, and then you're like running.
It felt like they were just rolling around with it. The shots, the way they came in, it wasn't convincing to me.
yeah.
But the family drama was so good.
Oh
was.
yeah, I really.
So
Yeah.
into it. I was in, the family coming over and the differences and
Oh
and
my
like
gosh.
the young kid and
I know.
Santa and his letter, and I was so into it, and then
Yeah.
it just kind of, and the snowstorm and the snowmen,
Yes.
the multiplying snowmen.
That
Like,
part was
I was
awesome.
having fun trying to figure out who was who, because the first one was, there was one there initially, right? Okay, so here's a tidbit maybe you guys didn't catch. There was one there initially, and then there was two after the UPS driver, right? So who's the first one? And then third after the daughter died. I think the first one was the boyfriend. He came to her to see how she was doing and ended up dying on the way.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
That was my, because who else would have been outside of their house as a snowman but him? Because everybody, when they got killed, they got turned into snowmen. Or whatever.
So Simon Smith asks, so is the criticism that it didn't live up to your expectations, like you wanted a slasher but got Gremlins? Sort of.
Oh yeah, it was Gremlins.
But
for real.
but
It was Gremlins.
I didn't have expectations until the movie set those expectations.
With
Right,
the beginning.
it set
the
up,
way.
it set up a slasher with her going out into the
and
into
this
the
kid.
snow, with the darkness, with him, going house to house. It's called Krampus, like I was really looking forward to this character design, and the fact that it turned into Gremlins, I wouldn't have had such a problem with if it was good execution.
Right. It's always
Right?
about execution. It's not
I
about-
love
You
Gremlins.
can tell the dumbest
Yeah, I
story.
like Gremlins,
It doesn't
too.
matter. I love Gremlins. Love
Yeah.
it. And I even like the second one too. And that one was
I love
even
both
more
of them,
absurd.
and there's not a shred of CG in the first one. Probably not in the second one either. The second one's probably got some stop motion, right?
That's
But
a good question. I wonder. Gremlin 2.
Is it
and-
because it kind of felt cartoony, a little bit slapsticky
it felt
to you?
cartoony, and it like I don't know, CG takes me out of the experience much faster and easier than puppets do. Because at least puppets are sharing, the environment. At least puppets are physically there.
And
You know,
the
they're-
actors are really interacting with them
Yeah,
instead
yeah.
of something just like a sock in front of
Yeah.
their face or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were, in these movies they were going in like it was like, this is puppets. This is gonna be scary puppets. We're gonna do it. I think
Yeah.
it was Jim Henson, right? Yeah,
Yep.
I'm sure it's.
I'm sure it was Jim Henson.
Yeah, it was
It
like
must
all
have
of his tricks.
Gremlins? I don't know. I don't remember if it was.
It must.
Yeah,
have been.
I
don't remember if
I
it
don't
was
know. That's a good question.
Jim Henson. But
Howie Mandel was Gizmo.
Yeah.
I think I knew that and I totally
Tony
forgot
Randall
about that.
is Brain Gremlin. Like what?
I need to rewatch Gremlins. It's been forever since I saw it. It came to the big screen
Oh, it's the this is
at
the
some
second
point.
one.
Yep,
This is the
I have
second
not.
one.
It's been a long time. Getting back to Krampus, like the drama at the dinner table,
Mhm.
I was really
That was
one
my
of the
favorite
things
part.
I love that scene.
The
but
letter
it
when
was
he read the letter.
it was frustrating because his family wasn't sticking up for him.
Yes, but
And
I
they
think
were
that
just
was
like
the
sitting by and letting these little shits act like such little turds,
that
to
was it.
him. And it's just like, oh no, don't do anything. And his sister pulling him down, all the time, like, don't do
That was
anything,
the
don't do
moment.
anything. But one of the things I really love about the actor who played his mother is her facial expressions. She is so expressive.
The old German lady?
No, the mother, Toni Collette.
Oh, Toni Collette's
I see.
amazing.
I see, yeah.
Just
Toni
the
Collette's
way she's like
amazing.
her eyes, the way she rolls her eyes.
Yeah, United States of Tara. That's where I
She
got
is
first introduced to her.
I love her so much, and she wore on her face the frustration that it just like represents the frustration that everybody feels when they have to deal with people like that.
One of my favorite.
It was the husband's mother, right?
The husband's mother was the German lady, yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, that was but no, the other lady, the one that
The aunt. You're talking about
was the aunt.
Yeah,
That
the
was-
aunt.
It was
Their
it's,
mother's
it's their
sister.
it's those two the two ladies we're seeing now, they're sisters.
sisters.
It's their aunt.
Yes. Their
Right.
mother's gone, and it's their
Oh,
aunt.
the
And
mother
I
died.
actually-
Right.
I
They
thought
said
the
that.
aunt was hilarious.
She was the best character.
Yeah.
She was the
We've
best
seen
character.
her before. I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
she's played like
Yeah, but I don't know
that
where.
character.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't figure it out
but
either. Actually, let's
one of my
figure it out.
favorite scenes was Toni Collette and that character in the kitchen when she says,
Yes,
"How
when she
about
tells
next
her
year
off."
we go to your trailer and I will sit around and bitch about all the things that you worked
Yeah,
so hard to put together for the past couple
Yeah,
days."
that was the line. That was the best line.
And instead of just being a two-dimensional like cartoon character, the aunt was like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
yeah, okay," like,
Yeah.
like it was a really nice moment. All the actors were great, and by the way, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and rate this higher than Violent
Violent
Night.
Night. I said
Yeah.
the same thing. We both, my wife and I, said the same thing.
Interesting.
I still
Yeah,
do
I
like
could-
it better.
This one
I
is
think
better.
overall
Agree.
better execution.
Yeah.
I think that I honestly think if they had simply omitted all the CG silly puppet things, this movie would have been really, really good.
Oh no, she died. She died in
Oh, no.
2020.
That sucks.
Who? The aunt?
The
Yeah,
aunt.
the
The
aunt.
aunt. Yeah.
Oh. Well, dang.
I guess she was in this.
Yeah, I like it that
And
the
Edward Scissorhands.
characters, the family that comes in, the family that's just so hard to get along with and everything, the sister, her kids, her husband, and the aunt, they come in and they seem like very like black and white type cardboard, cut out sort of idiotic characters, kind of like what we got with the family in Violent Night. But
Mhm.
then you do start to see a bit more nuance and shades of gray to them as people.
Yeah.
So I really did appreciate that a lot as
Yeah.
the story
Yeah,
unfolded.
Not so much the
family
kids.
but the family
Kids didn't
in-
change too much, yeah.
The family in Violent Night was so over the top
Yes.
that it was unrelatable. They were just these,
Yeah.
like they were all weird and like
Yeah.
But I guess I understand like why else would there be a heist in a house, right? Like you had to, if you're putting a heist or you're putting a heist drama into a house with a kidnapping, then there's got to be big money, right? So it couldn't
Right.
be like there's got to be a good reason.
It's not just a regular home invasion.
So I think they added that to it, but then the characters are so.
yeah,
in
that's
that
what I said.
movie
They were
was
so
just not as
unlikable.
good.
It was
Yeah.
ridiculous. There was nothing redeeming about their family.
No.
And I guess that was the intention, but it just made me, I don't know. Yeah. No, I agree that this one is better than Violent Night.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and yeah, I guess honestly, I even thought that them being trapped in the snow globe like forever in hell was a happy ending. Like I didn't.
They would just
need to
relive
know
Christmas
that they
morning,
were back
Christmas
on
Day.
Earth. Yes, I saw that as like a mercy, right? They were all back together again.
Because their real life
When the
together
daughter
was...
died, like my heart sunk. Like I was like, oh, they're gonna kill him. They got me. I was like, oh no, they're all gonna die now. Like they got me with that first killing, but it never kind of unfolded that way, you know.
Yeah.
And the kid, the chubby kid, that was just so funny.
They were all
So
chubby.
funny.
All the kids were
I
chubby.
know,
All the
but
kids
I
of the
meant the
in-laws
one
were
that went for
chubby.
the cookie. That went for the cookie. on
Oh
the
yeah,
hooky.
that one. Oh my gosh, that kid. Oh, his face.
I did like one aspect of that was the rattle, right? It came down and the cookie was sitting there, and then he jerked, like a fisherman kind of like
Yeah.
rattled the
Yeah.
chain,
Yeah.
shink, and then the kid was like, oh.
Yeah.
What's this? This isn't weird.
Little piggy.
All right. So
It was like Chocolate Factory, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh.
It reminded me of that. Like when the kid, he eats the blueberries and he.
I've never seen that movie.
Oh, that movie's got some spine-chilling moments. We tried to sit, even the old one. We tried to sit with our son and watch it. Like, we're
It
gonna
just
watch
looks
Willy Wonka, and then like the kids start getting like processed in the story.
Oh,
and,
okay,
like,
yeah,
and
I never.
It's actually very dark.
Is it really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's bordering on horror movie for real.
I agree,
Well-
Simon. They probably are horrified. Krampus Hereditary and between Krampus Hereditary and The Sixth Sense, Tony Collette's kids must be terrified.
Oh, and then Keegan Hall
probably-
asks, I still haven't seen either Gremlins movies. Should I just wait for next
No.
Halloween? And Sin rightly points out Gremlins is
It's
a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Yes.
And I would
correct.
argue that it's a better Christmas movie than both of the movies that we've reviewed.
Correct.
Oh, I thought you were getting ready to say it's a better Christmas movie than Die Hard. And I was
It's
going to
a
have
great
to. I was going to
Christmas
have
movie.
to disagree with you. But yes, I
Gremlins
love
I
is
it.
don't
a
know.
great Christmas
I would
movie.
rather watch Gremlins than Die Hard.
Than
but
Die Hard?
Yeah, so-
but I
so-
don't know that it's a better movie.
And no spoilers in case you didn't know. The Gremlin starts off as a Christmas gift. Like
That's
That's right.
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
the first one, the Mogwai. That's that's Gizmo. They
Gizmo,
named
yep.
him. So that sets off the whole ridiculous like chain of events that happened in that movie.
It's
So
a
do you
fun
guys
film.
remember what you rated Violent Night out of 10?
like 4.
you gave it a 4?
I thought
I
I
might have
gave
said
it like a
5.
3 or 3.5 out of 5, which
okay,
is like a
so
6
6 to
out of
7.
10, maybe.
6.5.
I was underwhelmed with it.
For me, I can't remember what I said. I thought I said 5 or 5.5. I could have given it a 6. I'll give Krampus
6.5.
6.5. I'll give Krampus
I'll
6.5.
give it a 6.
And
Yeah.
I would go so far as to say I would recommend it to the right person. Right? Someone who just really loves horror films. I would say to them, "Hey, there's some cool moments
This
in
is
here."
it's a flavor. It's
Yeah.
a flavor of horror. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I would not recommend Violent Night to anybody, really.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I didn't dislike it as much as you guys did. I just was disappointed that I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would.
I mean, I didn't really dislike it either, but
It like meh, right? That's how I
Yeah,
felt about Black Adam.
Right.
Meh.
I was about to mention Black Adam.
oh man,
I
I tried to
saw
watch
it.
that too. I could not.
I have to say
It
it was not awful, right?
But it wasn't great.
No, I watched it if you watch it as if it's one of those DC cartoons, it works fine. It literally plays like one of their cartoons. Literally.
Okay. I can see
Their
that,
cartoons are better.
And then I was like, as I watched it,
Oh,
I was
man.
like, okay, I'm gonna pretend the cartoons are better. Yeah.
Their cartoons
Probably.
are better. The best
he
part
wasn't
about Black
compelling.
Adam.
I'm not a hero.
No, yeah, he was-
damn it.
It-
I'm not a hero. Stop calling me that. That was the whole movie. That was the whole movie.
The best part was when he was first awoken. That
Yeah.
was the best part of the
Oh,
whole
you mean
movie.
when he fights the army and he like
At the very
the
beginning.
save the cat, or the
No,
one.
at the very beginning, when he was first woken up in
Oh,
the
you mean
cave,
in his
and then he goes
time.
out and he kicks ass
in
everywhere.
his time. you mean.
No, in modern day time.
Oh,
when they
right,
woke him
right.
up.
He fights the army. Yeah, that's the save the cat. That's like the first moment you're like, I wonder how, like
Oh,
if you're a nerd, you're judging.
Actual cat.
Oh no, that's a book
Referring
about
to
film
the cat.
writing.
The book
and
about
and the
screenwriting,
save
yeah.
the cat is like the idea is that you have to show the hero doing his thing in the beginning of the movie, right? Like
Right, yeah.
And for Superman, it was like flying down and saving the cat, and then it became a guy wrote a book
That's
around
where that originated from.
And
Okay,
so yeah,
I didn't know
read.
that.
Yeah, it's a really good book. It's like for screenwriters. It teaches you how to write like short. Teaches you how to write like short plots in one sentence, like lines that describe the entire movie and creating clear and concise ideas. But so save the cat is
you know, if you're a nerd or whatever, you know, like you're a superhero guy, you're like, I wonder how powerful he is. You know, what kind of magic is gonna like, what's gonna happen? And that's the moment where you're like, oh, super speed, cool, bro. Oh, lightning. Oh, look at that. Look at how he killed that guy, man. He just like,
Yeah.
Oh,
he
you
just like
sound
made
like a
everybody fly into the air, and then they all just blew up at once, man. Is he faster than Flash, bro?
Oh my gosh, Ahmed, you sound like one of those gangster dudes in Blood In, Blood Out. You need to do voice work for us.
Yeah. All right, so Krampus, slightly better than Violent Night. Yeah, I think it's a decent Christmas movie. Hopefully next year there's a new one that's out.
A new what?
A new Christmas movie. Of course, there's always going to be a new Christmas movie.
But
so-
yeah, and of course, Kringle Down 3. You know, we
yeah,
you know,
I
I
would
haven't
recommend
listened to
Kringle
it yet.
Down. I would recommend Kringle Down over both of these films easily.
do we have time
yeah.
for a short sample?
Yeah, for sure.
I think we do. I think we do.
I
so
need to listen to the third one. I haven't listened to it yet.
okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I'll
the
be done with it like tonight, or you know. But yeah, here's a sample, a little sample.
and yeah, that's our cinema. That's our cinema portion. But yeah, that was it. Thank you again, Ahmed. Thank you, Cyn, for coming and helping out with Sound Booth Theater Live. And thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging and listening to us.